Hello, Colonel Steve Akeley here at my place, the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. Love for you guys to come by if you're ever here, whether it's you're coming to St. Louis for some business or you're just driving through or you've got some family here, maybe somebody you haven't visited in a while, you're like, I want to go see them. Please come by and see what we have going on here because you can try before you buy. So that's the cool thing. You just sit at the bar where I'm sitting right now. You sit on the opposite side there and I'll give you a pour of any of the items here. Our samples are free. It allows you to taste our whiskey because we think that's important. We don't think that you should have to just take a flyer on a bottle that you're getting. You should be able to taste it first. And so our barrel picks we make available to taste. We had something really exciting happen on Friday, and this is something that I am really stoked about. We won the best liquor store in Jefferson County, which is pretty cool. So Jefferson County is the county that we live in. It is the 6th largest county in the state of Missouri. There are 114 counties total, so you can see certainly it is some size and some presence. There was over 118,000 votes cast during this voting period. That was not just the best liquor store. There was also things like best restaurants and best attractions and all, you name it. It's most communities have this sort of award, and we're in the running for another one now. I'll talk about that before we end this video today. Certainly would love for you to vote for us on that one. I'll have that in the comments too, where you can vote on that one and help us bring that one home. That would be pretty cool. So this one is exciting though because it's where we live. It's where we work. Jefferson County is home to the ABV Barrel Shop, and it's been a fantastic place for us. The people here have embraced us. They like the fact that we're a business that draws people into the area, and it's from other counties in the St. Louis area, from across the river in Illinois, and then from all over the country and even the world. We've had people who wanted to come in here, and again, I don't think anybody's flying in here from Germany just to go to the ABV Barrel Shop. I get that, but they've made a point of, hey, I'm going to be here for this reason. I'm going to go into the barrel shop too. So that's why I say, if you're in this area, please do come by and see us, because that's how we get a lot of our customers. We get a lot of people coming through here that have seen us on YouTube and want to come by and see what we have going on. Again, a lot of that we owe to Bruzel. That was a great video for us that kind of kick-started us, certainly on what we have going on here on this channel. So, but to win this, I think it's a pretty cool thing. It shows affirmation. I think that we have a great business here, and people tell me we have a great business, and they love it. And certainly we're doing well in terms of a business. We're getting ready to celebrate our 3rd anniversary, which is a pretty big milestone. But to have an award that is not only from our customers but from the community, I think that's a pretty cool thing, and it shows that people appreciate our dedication to the customer experience and our knowledge and our thing that we're bringing something different. People like what we're doing, which I think is pretty awesome and amazing. And it's a great compliment, and I certainly appreciate that, and I appreciate every single person that voted for us to win this. Another thing too is it feels like affirmation that we made the right decision, because I'm from here. I don't live too far. I live like 4 miles from the shop here. And I know St. Louis. I grew up in this area my whole life. And I know that if we went to a consultant and we said, where should we be in St. Louis? We've got a metro population of almost 3 million people. So, but there's some pockets, some places that you'd probably want to be to maximize opportunity to reach people and things like that. And there would not be a consultant in the world that would say, go where we are at. There's not a lot of unique different businesses. There's certainly a lot of business here in Arnold. But we're talking about manufacturing. We're talking about chain restaurants, chain grocery stores, chain department stores. We've got all those type of things here, but there's not a lot of businesses that are so different that they draw people from all over the area. And we are one of those type of businesses. We're so much so out of the mix of that in Arnold that a lot of the locals will sometimes have a hard time believing that we are as good as we promote ourselves to be, or as their friends tell them. A lot of our customers will be like, I told my best friend, who's really a big whiskey drinker, who lives in, across town in St. Louis, like 5 times to get here, and he never did. And then they finally get the person here, and they love it, and then they become a regular. So it's been kind of a slow burn, but this feels like, hey, it's the community's way of saying thank you. Thank you for investing, because we certainly have invested into this community. We've put, rolled the dice here, just like any business that you start. You're putting your finances on the line and saying, this is where we want to be. And I hope this works out, So we certainly didn't do it just to make any sort of statement. We did it to make a living, and we wanted to be different, and we wanted to, be true to ourselves. You go to one of those different areas and you're like, you have a guaranteed built-in audience, but also we're just not that. Jim and I, who started this thing, it felt comfortable being here because, he lived in Jefferson County. I live actually across the bridge, again, just a few miles away in St. Louis County. And, this is who we are. I grew up just a mile from my house where I'm at now. So this is the area where I spent my time in, my youth in, where I've raised, my daughter. And I think it's a cool thing to be able to have a business here now and keep our money in our community, which is really cool stuff. And it's so great to see the community give back to us by saying, hey, not only do we support your business, we like it, and we're going to give you this award. And I think that's pretty cool. The last thing that I want to say about winning this award, it is very special. My business partner in May of 2024, he lost his life, and, it's been tough. It's been really tough. This was a dream of the two of us, and there's only one of us here now. And, and we were once up for, an award like this that I'm going to talk about. We're in the running again for this year. And, it's something that would have meant the world to us to win. We did not win it. We were involved in it again last year, didn't win it last year. And I don't know that we'll ever win that one. That seems to go to the big chain store here locally. And I think that they have a built-in audience of just name recognition. And again, 3 million people, and they're all voting. We haven't reached deep enough into the 3 million people yet to secure that. Eventually we will. Eventually we will win that, the Best of St. Louis, the A-list awards, but not yet. But the fact that we won this, again, an awards in our backyard, I think is awesome. And I think Jim would be very proud of that. And I'm also very proud of this place, because it keeps the memory of Jim alive. As soon as you walk in the door here, on my left, down the wall there's a photo of Jim and his wife Heidi, and it keeps the conversations about Jim alive. And as long as this place is open, as long as we're here selling whiskey, Jim's ties are always going to be here, and I think it's pretty cool. And based on this award and the fact that the community supports us like this, hopefully we'll be here for a very long time. So that is a very cool thing. Appreciate you learning a little bit about it. If you could help us with that A-list, that's the one. It still goes on through like mid-June. If you could help us out by voting for that, I've got the link in the description here. Love to win that one as well. That is like the premier thing in this area, because the A-list, again, taps into the entire St. Louis community. So like I said, we had 118,000 votes. I have no idea how many they get for the A-list. I'm sure it's probably into the millions. It's big. It is really a big deal. And we would love to win that. I know that, the big businesses here, businesses that I grew up, certainly appreciating living here in St. Louis, like Ted Drew's, the frozen custard place, or a Cyberg's, the bar that's now kind of a chain restaurant around town and things like that. They love winning this. So they love winning the A-list. They promote it. They talk about it. It's on their websites. It's on the door when you walk in there. So if it's important to them as big companies, I know it's got to be important to us too, and it's something that, always wanted, and I'd love to bring that home and make sure that happens. So you can help us out do that. Please vote for that. You can vote every day through the end of the contest, so please do that. So on that note, we'll let you go for now. We'll see you next time.